Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming along to the official launch of WaterSafe this morning. My name is Jenny Ludford. I am the Managing Director of Bright, and we are WaterSafe and RAS's PR agency. So together with RAS, we've put on this event this morning. So may I introduce to you, if you can give a warm round of applause to Julie Spinks, who is the Managing Director of RAS and a WaterSafe board member.
Well, first, can I take this opportunity to welcome you to the official launch of WaterSafe. For those involved in developing WaterSafe, this has been a long journey. I guess I've been involved for 2 years, and it's great to see the fruition of what I think will be a valuable national plumbing insurance scheme called WaterSafe. So before I start talking a bit more about WaterSafe, why on earth did we decide we needed it? There are lots of schemes out there. Well, firstly, because consumers told us that they have a really difficult job finding a plumber. Now, if you've ever searched for a plumber, you may have been faced with trade associations, accreditation bodies, trust marks, who promise to help you find a good plumber, either because the plumbers have paid to subscribe to the website or because of customer reviews, or a combination of both. Or you may have asked friends and family to recommend one. Now, if you use either of those routes, you're unlikely to know whether the plumber is actually qualified to do the work that they're carrying out. And if you use an unqualified plumber, they're much more likely to do substandard work, which could also be illegal under the water supply, water fittings regulations or Scottish water bylaws. Now, these regulations set out national requirements for plumbing standards for both the design, installation and maintenance of plumbing systems, for the water fittings and for water use appliances that people use in the home when they're connected to the public water supply. Secondly, and quite very importantly, it could put your drinking water at risk, hence WaterSafe, where we get our name from. So on the potential of incidents, you don't need to take my word for it. If you look at Drinking Water 2010, which is a report by the Chief Inspector of Drinking Water in England and Wales, and I'm pleased to say that Professor Jenny Colburn, the Chief Inspector, is actually here with us today to give her support. But that report highlights 14 serious significant incidents related to poor plumbing this year, and that's the highest I've seen in any of those reports. What is WaterSafe? It's not just another scheme. It's a brand new dedicated online search facility to provide consumers with one single port of call for sourcing a qualified plumber, and it brings together the 7 approved contractor schemes together for the very first time. WaterSafe aims to give recognition for businesses and then also to provide assurance for the consumers that are choosing a plumber as well. Companies who join WaterSafe should win more work because consumers are going to trust them more. So, why do I firmly believe that WaterSafe is going to succeed? Now, I could say because it has the backing of every UK water company. I could say because it has the backing of all the drinking water quality regulators and government, and it did have the backing of the Minister up till yesterday. I could say because it's a unique partnership between water companies and plumbing bodies. All of these are very important, I think, in a success. But actually, why I personally believe that it will succeed, and this is in the words of one of our consumer-focused champions, they said, it's just a good idea, and I agree with them. And I'm personally very, very proud to be part of WaterSafe. So that's all from me, and I'd like now to introduce Kevin Wellman, who's the Chief Exec of CIPHE. Kevin, thank you.
Thank you very much, Julie. I'd just like to cover a couple of points that Julie has made, and just to clarify again from the CIPHE's point of view that I'm delighted that WaterSafe is 100% committed to protecting homeowners from rogue plumbers and certainly in raising standards within the UK plumbing sector. I'd also like to offer my own thanks and congratulations to the industry for actually putting this together. I know Julie's outlined the time it's taken to achieve this, but a lot of work and effort has gone into it. So again, congratulations to all involved. It is a unique scheme. Julie mentioned that word, unique, because it's the first time all the water companies, the industry professional body, and the industry's trade associations have got together to actually bring about something which is so positive. So again, well done to everybody. I would say that it really is, and it's a shame that the Minister isn't here today, because I would have revelled in saying it's a great example of joined-up thinking at its finest. It has shown that when choosing a plumber, 69% of people state cost as the deciding factor, 42% the installer's availability to work, or to start work, and 33% the speed that the installer can finish the actual work itself, the installer, the business as such. Only 21% go on to check the credentials of the plumber, and it certainly begs the question, would you, in different circumstances, let a surgeon without qualifications operate on you? Of those who have been the victim of a rogue plumber, the average cost to put their work right is £426. One of the figures that you'll see elsewhere being promoted through our PR campaign is that the total cost of rectification within the UK is claimed to be £2.6 billion. I'd just like to finish by saying I'd certainly encourage you all to be safe and to be water safe. It is the important thing for the future. And I'd certainly be grateful to you all for encouraging and promoting WaterSafe as much as possible. It is something which, as I started at the beginning by saying, lots of us have put considerable time and effort into this. We are very serious about this, and your support would be much appreciated.
Well, thank you very much, and very good morning, everyone. Let me first of all start by saying how delighted I am to be here. The Trading Standards Institute has given its advice and counsel to this project for the last couple of years, and so we know the pain that the team has gone through, and we know the persistence and patience that has gone into this project. So congratulations to you all. A project that is set to transform consumer behaviour. Behaviour change that in turn will drive down consumer detriment, the sort of detriment that Kevin talked about in the plumbing sector. The statistics going on. 1 in 10 last year complained about their legal service provider, 2 in 10 about their home improvement sector, nearly 2 million complaints last year about their banks, 9 out of 10 consumers who bought an energy product would never do so again, according to a recent survey. And the National Audit Office estimates all this detriment adds up to about £7 billion. And that results in about 1.5 million telephone calls to the Trading Standards telephone service every single year. So at a time when trading standard resources are being cut by about a third, we need to think slightly differently about how we prevent this kind of consumer detriment as the resources that we have to investigate such breaches start to dwindle. So WaterSafe makes the start of making choices easier for consumers. No longer do householders have to understand the difference between the various industry-approved schemes before making a choice, because we've now brought it all into one place. So WaterSafe is not a recreation of the wheel, it's not a new scheme in itself, it's just bringing together the best of the industry, if you like, the good guys, with such simplicity of message that the WaterSafe brand will eventually become the default choice for a lot of consumers, and in turn takes away trade from the bad guys. And that's why I'm delighted that that all starts today with WaterSafe. Thank you very much.
Today, with the launch of WaterSafe, the general public will benefit from one national approach and know they have a safe water supply if they use a registered plumber or a company registered with WaterSafe. The industry needs qualified plumbers to educate the general public and to maintain and install standards throughout this country. I am so pleased that all of the water companies and all of the major industry bodies are working together at last. We as individual plumbers need to work with the water companies, as we are often the eyes and ears of the properties that they deliver water to. And it is our duty to maintain those standards. Thank you.
I think that this is a first step, and it's taken a long time to achieve this. I would certainly hope that in the coming months and years we can actually move WaterSafe forward to create even greater and better standards throughout the industry, and most definitely to enhance professionalism across the businesses who are serving the general public. So I would certainly endorse what you've said and hope that we can improve standards for many years to come.
Rodney Cartwright. I come from a very different background from everybody else in the room, I suspect, because I'm medically qualified and worked with the water industry over many years on public health. And what I say is to remind people to congratulate WaterSafe. We talk about the cost in terms of pounds, shillings and pence. I look at it from public health. Remember that we've got good water supplies in this country for public health, something that is often forgotten. And within buildings, we have two public health worries. We have, obviously, well, three, I suppose, cross connections. We have the control of Legionnaire's disease, and remember, we're not talking just about houses, we're talking about all buildings in WaterSafe, and also the problem of scalding. And so you need good plumbers to ensure that certain public health things are radically controlled, and I certainly look forward to this, to adding to the improved public health in this country.
Excellent.
I think that it is virtually automatic that it is to be all part of this particular stage in encouraging compliance with the water regulations, Water Bylaw Scotland across the board. So we would be encouraging people who are involved with domestic and non-domestic work and activities. So it should be all inclusive.
Almost. I think, just to kind of add on to what Kevin has said, at the moment, and when you go to the WaterSafe website, what you'll find is the approved plumbers, so those people who've got the full range of MVQ. For those of you who don't know, the water industry runs some sector schemes, so if you're installing catering or your sort of point of use, you don't need the full range of plumbing skills, so the requirements are slightly different, but quite right that they get consideration in terms of how to prevent backflow prevention and that side of it really as well. At this early stage, what we're now going to go to the sector schemes is ask their permission to be part of the website. They won't be entitled to use the WaterSafe branding, but the idea is that people will be able to go to one place and find everything that they might need in one place. We're still discussing within the board then at what stage, how might we change the branding, so really to differentiate, so people will understand I've got a plumber who's got all of the qualifications, or I've got somebody who comes from a sector use. And so I think we need to just develop it to make sure that we don't cause confusion. But we're going to try and allow them to be searched on the website, but clearly differentiated, so from WEAPS or whether it's CIPHE or which scheme that ever it comes from is sort of quite clear. Thanks.
I certainly think there are one or two companies that are possibly running their own schemes and they don't want to get involved with individuals that are out working. And I think communication in the industry is a key factor. As plumbers, we come across some bad installations at time and need help from the water companies, and they're not always easy to get hold of. We have to go through the same procedure as what the general public does, which is a long way round to get the problem resolved. And if there's a problem that we think is a major problem, whether it be a major leak underground or a risk of contamination, it needs to be resolved quickly and efficiently. And we don't always get that from the water companies at the moment. And I would like to see more communication between one another, and perhaps a dedicated line for professional. Probably people register with WaterSafe to the water companies. It would be another step forward.
Because the industry and the sector were going through disparate times, and she actually said to us, you know, either put your house in order or I will start doing it for you. And that is why we are here today. And
Mark Branson from Carillion Services.
Okay, Mark, so you've come along to the launch today. Why did you want to come? What was your interest in the event?
Well, we currently employ many plumbers directly, as well as subcontract plumbers for all the building maintenance activities that we carry out. And we want to improve the standards by making sure that all the people we use and employ are members of, approved plumbers and members of WaterSafe.
What did you think about the launch then?
I thought it was an interesting event. Raising awareness is fantastic, and I think we just need to continue to raise awareness by promoting this further, because I believe in the scheme is the right way to go.
Do you think that this is sort of a long time coming? Should it have happened before?
Yes, I believe the industry has been needing this for many years, similar to the electrical and gas industries. We'll wait and see as to whether it does need further regulatory involvement similar to WaterSafe, but at the moment it's a voluntary scheme, and I think we'll wait and see how it goes.
And what do you think it'll do for homeowners, for the businesses involved?
Oh, it definitely better inform the consumers so they can make a more informed decision. Hopefully it'll drive up the requirement to choose quality over costs, possibly, once they start becoming a bit more aware of the type of issues and the costs involved in putting right bodge jobs as such.
Yes, I'm Charles Hewell. I'm Master of the Worshipful Company of Plumbers, and I'm delighted that the company has been able to support the WaterSafe initiative, and I would like to congratulate the board of WaterSafe, led very ably by our own plumber Chris Leith, in all its achievements. And I think we all see this as a remarkable step forward, but also the platform from which things can grow for the future. So congratulations to all concerned.
I'm Richard Lawrence, and I work for HomeServe Plumbing and Drainage. We work very closely with the water companies doing insurance work. And the WaterSafe, I think it's a brilliant idea. It's raising the bar of the quality of workmanship out there, and I think it's brilliant. It's definitely the way forward, and you've got HomeServe's full support. We'll be doing our best to get as close to 100% of our guys through there. We are on the way forward on that. I believe we are the biggest. We have got the biggest amount of our guys on the WaterSafe scheme so far. So it's all very, very positive for us.
Yeah, my name is Frank Glover. I'm the independent chairman of BPEC.
Okay, so what are your thoughts about WaterSafe as an organisation?
I was very pleasantly surprised by the presentations. I think they were quite clear in the way that WaterSafe is going to go about and do its job. I think that the industry should get behind it, and in fact BPEC will do that. And I've spoken to a few of the speakers this morning about how we can engage. I think that the water companies have got a massive opportunity to propagate it, and perhaps I actually said to Mally, maybe they could take your job away from you, because the public are getting a bit jaundiced now about the way that brands are portrayed, the way that brand is advertised, and there is a lack of understanding now on which of the brands they can trust. Going down a different route, which I think the water companies have got an opportunity to do, by direct marketing via a trusted route, would propagate the brand fantastically, and I'd actually stay away from direct marketing it on television, radio and the normal routes, because I think it'll give it a much greater trusted perception.
We was tasked with involving for the qualification itself that come with WaterSafe. So we've developed alongside WaterSafe now for 2 years the qualification that Chris mentioned. So that's at our back in Bennett to improve the standards of the plumbers out there without any recognised qualifications. And I was quite impressed with, if they do what they're going to say they do.
Do you think it's a long time coming? Should this have happened before?
That's a difficult question. I've been in the plumbing game for nearly 30 years, and it's difficult to say, but any time something was done to regulate it, yes.